Hello, I am going to show you how to set up a campaign using Instantly. So I'm going to turn my video off because I don't want you to be distracted by my beautiful face, and then we'll get to it. Okay, so you're going to first log in. If you have different spaces, it is going to show you right here, but we're going to use this space. This first tab is going to be all of the email accounts that you have set up. Hopefully, if you're already using Instantly, you know how to do this. But we're going to focus on campaigns right now. These are the previous campaigns that have been sent, but we're going to start a new one. The naming campaigns are going to be very important. I have found that putting the date first and then the campaign name and then the email number that's being sent, or maybe even the audience name, helps when finding your campaign. So we're going to go back to the campaign area and you can see the date, the name of the campaign, the name of the email, and then all of the other things. If you need to rename it, you can click on these dots here and rename. But for me, having the date first has been really helpful, especially when going back and looking at the data. So these are the tabs that you'll have up for your use. Obviously, analytics is going to show nothing because the campaign has not started. Leads is where you'll upload your email list. Sequences is the area where you will drop in your email and edit it. Scheduling is the time in which your email will be sent. And then options are additional things. We'll go over that soon. Before we start, before we go to the body of the email, we'll add our contacts. And you'll have 4 options here. I always upload a CSV file. I'm never entering them in manually, and I don't use the Google Sheets because I feel like when I upload the CSV file, I have more control. So where's my CSV file? I'm going to upload my CSV file, and it will not let you upload a Excel file, so you need to convert it. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm converting my file, and then I will upload it here, and then it will give me all these options. Based on whatever your file has, it's going to ask you if you need to import it or not. For this particular email, I do not need the club name. The prefix I do want, so I'm going to do custom variation, and I'll show you why we need to do that later. I do need the first and last name and the email, and then I don't need this status right here, which was just something that I had on my Excel file. I don't like to check for duplicates because I'm often sending new emails to the same email list, and so the duplicates I don't care about. And then you always want to make sure that if your list has 58, that it's actually uploading 58. If there is an error in your list, like a incorrect email address, like maybe you have gmail.com.com, it will detect it here and it will say 57 plus 1 error. And then you would have to go back to your list, correct it, and then upload it again. And so this is an example. One of my contacts has an error, and that's not important for this because we're not actually sending an email. So I'm just going to go ahead and upload. If we go back to the leads, it will now show you the email addresses that have been uploaded. You can click on them and modify if you need to, but your email list is now imported. So now we're going to go to the body of your email, and I'm going to just pull in a email that I've already sent. So I'm going to drop the subject in and then drop the body in. I don't like to build my emails within instantly. I like to copy and paste them, and I'll show you why in a moment. And so I am getting the format together. I'm going to put my name here, and then we want it to be personalized for each person on our list. And so I'm going to delete my first and last name, and I'm going to enter it in by using variables. So if you remember when we uploaded our email list, I decided to have the Mr. prefix or Mrs. as a variable. And so I'm going to add that. And then it's going to say, Dear Mrs. or Mr., and then last name. And it's going to give me option last name. And then I'm going to add my comma. To make sure that this looks correctly, I'm going to hit this preview button. It's going to pull the information from our leads. And so if you have not uploaded your email list, this will be empty or blank. But because we have, it's going to pull just a random name off the list, and it's going to preview it. And I always send a test email before I send this out, mass communication. I can use, it's going to default one of our instantly emails, or if you have a personal email, you can add it here and then send a test email. I'll go to my inbox, make sure that it looks great. And then if it looks good, I'm one step closer to sending my campaign. You can check your deliverability score. It's going to scan it for like spam words and things like that. I would say that if you are trying to sell a product, this might be good. I don't know if I've ever gotten 100 out of 100, but this one says that it's really good, so that's good. And so I have my email formatted. You want to make sure, like sometimes it'll have white blocks and spaces, and so this preview button is really important, and also sending a test email is really important. And so looking at my leads, looking at my email, it looks good. You want to always make sure you hit save. It doesn't auto save. And so if I were to go back out here, my email would not have saved unless I would have hit the save button. So that's important. And then now I'm going to configure my schedule. I can alter when it wants to start, when it wants to end. I'm generally never presetting a start time. I'm usually coming into instantly when I need it to be sent. And then I want to make sure that I have the appropriate days marked, because if you're setting a campaign and it's going to drip for a few days, but you don't have Saturday and Sunday marked off, it is going to stop your campaign and it won't restart again until Monday, which can be problematic. And make sure you save that. Then you want to go down to options and configure your options. All your emails are going to be in here, or you can batch them into a group. And this one contains all of the emails that we've purchased. If you only want to use a couple of them, you would add them this way and send it that way. But it's entirely up to you. I always, because of the work I do, need to track the open rates. And so I make sure that that's enabled. And then stop sending emails to leads if a response has been received. I enable that. I don't configure my daily limits in my campaign. I do them on my emails. It says that best practice is 30 to 50 emails a day per email sent. But I don't configure them here. I configure them in my emails, and I can make a separate video for that. So I normally just set it for 99 and then I hit save. And then when I'm ready to launch, all I have to do is hit the launch button. And so this was a quick tutorial on how to add an email to your email campaign and launch it. and there are several steps that you need to take. If you have any questions, or tell me how you liked the video in the comments, and I hope this was helpful. Thank you.